Well, we're back. This is Debra Evans with Debra Evans in the Morning, right here on your neighborhood inspiration station, AM 1110 WTIS. And with me in the studio this morning, we have Kelly Ford, who is from RVR Horse Rescue. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us back on the show.
Oh, let me tell you what. You know my passion for horses.
Absolutely.
Kelly was here several months ago, and I did promise that I was going to get out and see them. And I am going to get out there and see them. And so, Kelly, you have an event coming up.
We do.
Well, you know what? Let's first, I get so excited about the subject, I just jump ahead. Let's talk about what you're about. You're in Brandon.
Riverview. Mm-hmm.
Riverview. Let's tell our listeners what you're about.
Okay, so RVR Horse Rescue, as the name implies, we are all about rescuing horses. We take in horses that, for various reasons, need to be
malnutrition,
injury, abuse, neglect. You know, some of our horses arrive from families that wish to take care of them, but for various reasons may not be able to anymore.
And you say in your article that the cheapest day is when you buy the horse.
Yes. And then the cases range all the way to the opposite extreme, where people deliberately harm a horse and neglect and starve or injure a horse. And those horses need us as well. So we bring them in and we rehabilitate them, whether it's just simply putting weight on them or whether it's healing injuries. And those injuries can be physical injuries, and they can also be psychological injuries.
Psychological?
Yes. Horses are very intelligent beings, and sometimes it takes a while for them to learn how to trust again. And recover from what has happened to them. And then when they have reached
wait a
their
minute.
health,
We have to pause there for a minute.
Yes.
How do you teach a horse how to trust again?
A lot of it is the physical interaction with the volunteers at the rescue. They are given time to exhale. They realize from the energy and the actions and the behaviors of the horses around them at the rescue that they're okay, because they see the other horses are very calm and content. And then they will see us volunteers every single day. We will bring them food. We will give them attention.
You become their family.
Yes. We give them attention, and it's kind attention, a loving hand, gentle guidance, and bringing them back to health. And they realize that, okay, these people are not bad.
This is okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for them to get that message? I mean, I'm sure it's different. Like for people, it takes different lengths, but normally.
Well, you are correct that it can vary. It can vary, but most horses, within the first couple of days, you will start to see a change in their demeanor.
Really?
They become calmer, more trusting. They may not want to be touched very much yet, but they certainly recognize that the horses around them are very content, and those horses get excited to see us coming, whether it's the food bucket or whether it's with a grooming brush or just for attention. As far as in-depth interactions with people, each horse gets what's called a barn buddy, and that barn buddy agrees to spend extra time with the particular horse, whether it's grooming, taking care of their feet, just doing routine care, taking them for a walk. Once they've been cleared, once they've been cleared for activity, we can take them for a walk just so that they see more of their surroundings, and just spending time with them so that they start to emotionally feel better. And sometimes it takes just a week. Sometimes it takes months. And then some horses, it's a very long project to get them to rehabilitate psychologically.
Well, I told you before, I had two horses. I named one of them, she was a gray, and I named her Chantilly Lace. Her mane was beautiful. But unfortunately, we were riding and the thunder and lightning started, and she was a thoroughbred, rather. And oh my gosh, as soon as the lightning started, smack, crackle, pop, and we were off to the barn. And if you had looked down, I mean, I would have had a 20, 30-foot fall. She just ran, and I just held on for dear life. I love them. I love their nose, their smell, their
Well, one thing that we do for our
She ran into her stall. And I'm talking, there was a beam, and my head was looking at that beam, and I couldn't just duck on her mane. I was all the way down on her leg. I mean,
she was going to her safe place.
Yes, she was.
But what we do for prospective adopters to make sure we have the right match is prior to the horse being adopted, we have a wonderful trainer who is our crash test dummy. He's the first one to get on each horse to evaluate what kind of training they've ever had.
That takes courage.
It does. His name's Sergio. He's a wonderful guy, and he's
is he Italian?
Equal parts brave and crazy. Wonderful guy, though, Sergio Hernandez. So he gets on and he evaluates what the horse has in their past as far as training, what they might be suited for. And then he also evaluates temperament and figures out what level of rider would be best for this horse. And that helps us ensure a good match. So a beginner rider or someone like myself who doesn't ride that often wouldn't get on a horse that requires somebody with a lot of expertise. And that way we make sure that folks are happy with their horse and their horse is happy with their folks.
Yes, I like that. Okay. And I'm looking at this fabulous picture online. How can people look at your website? Give them your address.
We are rvrhorserescue.org.
And they can make donations there.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now tell us about your event.
We are celebrating Help a Horse Day this Saturday, April 23rd. Help a Horse Day is a nationwide celebration started by
it's nationwide?
It is. Started by the ASPCA Equine Fund. And the intention of Help a Horse Day is to bring awareness of what the horse rescues do. What kind of work do we do? What are our needs? What are our strengths? How can people get involved? And spread the word. A lot of people are aware.
It's great therapy.
Absolutely. A lot of people are very aware of rescue organizations that serve small animals, like our animal shelters, anything for dogs
kitties,
and cats.
Doggies.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, there are actually quite a few horse rescues across the nation. And the ASPCA wanted to draw attention to that. And so they created Help a Horse Day. And the purpose is for rescues across the nation to take part in the celebration by hosting some sort of event that would bring the public to their rescue.
Okay.
Let the public learn about how you help horses, how they could get involved, what horse ownership entails, what horses need, all those different kinds of things. And so this is our third year of participating with the ASPCA. It's a wonderful program. And we're going to have...
And you're going to launch a new project.
We are. We have two projects that we're launching.
Okay, tell our listeners about them.
Okay. To celebrate Help a Horse Day this year, the ASPCA, it's a special year for them. It's their 150th anniversary. And so to honor that, RVR will be conducting its first gelding clinics this year. We would really like to become more involved in the population control aspects of rescue, much like a spay-neuter clinic. With horses, you geld the males.
Right.
And so we want to host our first gelding clinic.
Now, I don't know how you could your horse could be impregnated. I mean, that's a pretty obvious thing. Horses, right?
You'd think. But accidents happen.
Okay.
We had a baby.
Get in your stall.
Well, the horses do need to be gelded in order to make sure that no unintentional babies occur. And so we would like to hold our first gelding clinic. But the goal for us is to do 150 geldings.
Wow.
And we're giving ourselves the next couple of years to hold.
You know what I always
clinics.
ask myself? Why does everybody want to neuter the dogs, the cats, the horses? In my estimation, like our dog, I wanted to let her have a litter, and the vet said, no, absolutely not. And I guess I didn't. I was naive and didn't realize how there are so many animals in our country that aren't taken care of.
True. And you're correct. Most people just don't think about that aspect of it because what's cuter than a baby? Whether it's a human baby or an animal baby.
I mean,
they're adorable and people think, oh, that would be fantastic. But the reality is then you have, these lives that need homes. And a horse is a long-term commitment.
I like animals sometimes better than people.
You'll find yourself in,
Should I have
good
said
company
that
at
today?
RVR then. There's quite a few of us out there. But For this year's Help a Horse Day, we are going to be launching our 150 geldings project. We're going to hold several gelding clinics over the next couple of years to reach that goal.
You're acting more responsible than human beings.
Oh, thank you. But the actual day itself,
you're
Saturday,
blushing.
For any of the listeners who might want to come to the event,
Saturday, April 23rd.
It's 11 to 4 on the 23rd, and we're going to have several things to entertain people. Some of it's educational. We will have veterinarians speaking. We're going to have an equine dentist out there talking about dental care for horses. Our farrier will be giving a demonstration. This is a great learning for their
children. Listeners' children.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And for the children, in addition to learning experiences, they have the opportunity to do a pony ride. There are games for the children as well.
Nice.
There's a silent auction. There's a 50-50 raffle. I think we are going to have popcorn, yes.
Okay,
there's going to be a food truck there so people can get something to eat.
Hot dogs.
I believe so. I don't know the exact menu, but yes. And there are just opportunities for people to learn about what we do. And who knows, maybe they might want to get involved.
Ooh.
And we
have a lot of retirees down here that have nothing to do.
Absolutely. And there are many ways you can help. You don't have to just come out and do chores of mucking and watering. There are many ways to get involved. There are fundraising committees. There are our social media and our communications, our office operations, administration. So if you have different office skills, for example, you don't have to be out there cleaning stalls. If you can lend a hand with different skills, we're open.
I know how to clean stalls.
Good. It's a great workout.
I need time.
It's a great workout.
You're very right about that.
Part of the Help a Horse Day draw for many of the rescues, in addition to possibly getting new volunteers and raising funds, is there is a grant associated. It comes from the ASPCA Equine Fund.
The grand prize.
Yes. There are several opportunities to win. They have different tiers. Typically, there are a couple of $5,000 grants and then a $10,000 grand prize grant. This year, to commemorate the 150th anniversary, the grant pool has been increased to $100,000.
Wow.
And the grand prize winner will receive a $25,000 grant from the ASPCA Equine Fund.
Wow.
And then there will be $10,000 grants and $5,000 grants as well. So, of course, RVR will be competing with our neighboring rescues or even across the nation to win a portion of those grant funds. And we're hoping, obviously, for the grand prize. We have many, many projects that those funds.
Now, the grand prize is $25,000?
It is this year, yes. That's a special event.
Well, where's the other $75,000 going?
There will be multiple $10,000 grant prizes and then $5,000 grant prizes as well.
So many people, yes. Oh, that's nice. Kelly, we're going to be believing that you guys get the $25,000.
That's what we're hoping.
We're right
thinking
here
positive.
In the Brandon
We've got
area.
A lot of things going on that we're doing wonderful work. We have our safety net program that we launched last year at Help a Horse Day, which helps owners not need to put their horses in rescue. If an owner has fallen on hard times or they have a particular issue that has come up with a horse, we can help them for a few months by providing feed and hay, or perhaps dental or farrier care. We want to be able to expand those services because someone who's fallen on hard times who really wants to care for their horse, we want to help them be able to keep their horse.
Sure, I can't think about giving away my Mia.
Sure, and that's a wonderful program. We have goals to clear some of the back property so that we can increase space for horses to come in.
And you just built a new stable, didn't you?
We do have a relatively new barn, yes, that was built, and that barn is in use for horses that have been adopted from RVR and are boarded on the facility. And
somebody donated $150,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a volunteer.
For somebody to donate $150,000 tells me, as a listener, tells me that this program is top shelf, and that because that person checked into the books of this of your business.
Well, thank you for saying that, and I do agree with that. And if you come out and see us,
nobody just writes a check for that amount of money unless you're doing something right.
We really are a good organization, and we are a completely volunteer run. We have no paid staff.
Okay, tell your address.
Okay, our address is 12611 Hayes Clan Road. Should I spell that? Hayes, different word, Clan, CLAN, Road, and we're in Riverview, and it's 33579.
And if they'd like to contact you, they can contact you at 813-280-9299 or get on the web and www.rvrhorsesrescue.org. Kelly, thank you. And we're going to talk more on Friday, right before your event.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, listeners, we're going to come right back with some more right here on AM 1110 WTIS. And we thank Kelly from RVR Rescue in Brandon. And have a great day and keep on listening. That I can't wait to get to, 'cause I can't let a day go. Can't let a day go. Hello, friends. Herman Cain here.